The Boss Laser Engraver is only connected to this big computer screen computer. However, you can utilize the software on any machine. You'll just need to make sure you save it. So you'll start by opening the RDWorks, and once it's open, it opens to your workspace. Now, this machine does only work in millimeters, so I gave you a little cheat card here, and then you can see the conversion to inches so you know what size of an object you're looking for. There is the possibility of doing some text here, but not much else is preloaded. This wants you to bring in your own objects. So you're going to come to the import button, which is up here. If you hover over it long enough, I think it'll say import. And you go find your design from your jump drive. In this case, I'm going to do the Blue Jay. And I'll hit open on that, and I'll see what size this is. Looks like it's 105.82 millimeters, which converts to just a little over 4 inches. So I think that'll be okay. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. If I just put my cursor right in the middle and then I use the roller ball on the mouse, I can zoom out. It's important to note that for this item, the origin point is in the top right-hand corner, and so the origin is just a little different than some of the other software, but the green box is a pretty good indicator. So I can go ahead and take a look at this object and see what I want it to do. Over here with the layers, I can decide, since this is a two-color sort of thing, not just a plain black and white image, it's going to cut with different depths. And so there is a very handy-dandy tool guide of depths and cut speeds and what it's going to look like on wood. And for the most part, that's what we will be cutting on, but man, it can cut a whole variety of things. So I'm going to leave this at 200. It is very important to note you do not go above 90% for cutting. Like max power would be really bad. I'm going to go ahead and leave this with the defaults too, because I think 20 for the lighter and 80 for the max would be just fine. So I will hit OK on that, and I could just go ahead and send this if I wanted to. If I'm at this computer, I can just hit download and send it. If I'm on another machine and saving, I just need to go to the save icon and tell it to save and then rename this. Notice it will be an RLaser file, which is a .rld. But I don't have to be done here. I can add a border around this and get it to cut through that border. So right now you'll notice this layer is a black layer. I'll deselect it, you can see it's black. I'm going to go choose just a different color for my next layer just to help distinguish in my mind. But maybe I want to cut a border around this. And so I'll just draw this border on. You do want to make sure you draw it straight because that is what it's going to cut, is whatever you draw. Now, the difference, the reason I made them different colors is so you can just see them more distinctly over here. It assumes, the program does, that that first one is a scan layer and it's just going to etch that off. And here, this is going to be a cut-through layer. So I'm going to double-click on that. This one, I will probably slow down to about 15. I might even go lower than that. I might go 12. And I'm going to make the power all the way up to 90. And hopefully, that will be enough. Now notice it does say here, instead of a scan, it knows it's a cut layer, so it will be ready to go. And that might be something, depending on the material type, if you want to cut through, like cut this little piece out, that will be something you might have to play with a little bit. But once I'm ready, I would just send this as a download. Oh, the reason I have the communication error is because I don't have the big machine on. But if I had it on, you'd hit that download and it would ask you to rename your file. You are limited to 8 characters, but you name it 8 characters and then send it over to the machine, and then you'll go find that. So that is using the Boss Laser software in a short little wrap-up.